welcome back to part 2 of the texturing stage. So right now we've got sort of the basic colour and whatnot on. We've got the sticker here, the indent and the whatever that is, I don't know, the gold plates. Right now we're going to focus on making the sticker, and I think I will focus on a little bit of the old... Well, what I'll do is I'll duplicate this, I'll go to the lower one, I'll go to stroke and go on the outside and bring that out a bit, just so we got a bit of... Oh, we'll go to about 4. That'll be alright. And then what we can do, will go to colour overlay on that, and I will hit the old same colour as the indent, and I'll copy the code because that colour still needs to go on the stroke as well. So colour on stroke. We'll leave that there for now. We can maybe come and do adjustments later, but might be able to get some ambient occlusion in there and whatnot. So we're going to focus on the sticker. So easily done. You could, in a way, without completely ripping the texture of the sticker off, if you wanted to create it by hand, which we will, you know, it's quite easy and it's quite simple. So if I group all these and call this the diffuse, and then anything else we'll do, we'll put into a group called sticker. So what you can do is you can create another layer. However, get the magic wand tool from the SD layer, and you can pick out these this text and maybe this. I don't know about SanDisk yet, it looks quite small, but anyway, I'll leave it there. And what we'll do is it doesn't matter, we'll just grab any colour for now, we'll just get a bright red, and you'll see why. And then go onto our new layer and we'll fill that in. So as you can see, not all of it's done, which is not good. So take off that, and what we can do is we can probably go in and fix this. At least we know the proportions are correct. Click and grab that last little corner and fill that in. And the same for the other side, it ends here, so fill that one in. Turn off the SD card and then we can go fixing it. It's about there. Oops, there. And we might just cut this last little top bit off. Everything else looks fine for the text. Why does it always do that? And then SanDisk, I don't think it's going to do that. I mean, we can try. Yeah, it's cool. So what I'll do is I'll actually create a new layer. I'll click the outside, then select inverse, and then I will fill the SanDisk in. Yeah, didn't want that. That's fine. We can work with that. And then just grab the SanDisk, select inverse, and delete. So then if we hide everything else, we've just got that one SanDisk layer. And you can do a little hand job on that. Right. I'll rephrase that. You can do a little bit of... I don't know what to say now. Yeah, that wasn't the best best word to use, but freestyle drawing, I'll say, just to get that little indent removed. I can't believe I said that. That's just fucking... Anyway, let's carry on. This is sort of where I need my drawing tablet now. I always find this a bit awkward with a mouse, but to get it rough, and then what you can do, you can whack that back to 100% and then go in and remove any pieces you may have missed. Make sure that's all tickety-boo. That's the worst mistake I've ever made in a bloody tutorial, but oh well, let's carry on. So yeah, now we got the both, that's cool, so we can hide them. Everything... Actually, no, we can group those now. We could, well, merge them. And then... Oh no, merge layers, sorry, not merge visible. I will hide it, purely because now we want to get the gradient going, because you got like a sharper colour here, and you got more of a desaturated colour here. So we can come up to our colour layer styles, gradient overlay, and we can go gradient, and just pick any one, black and white will do. Click the black, and then pick the furthest colour on the left. Okay, and then click the right, and then, oops, that's not help. Then click the white, and pick the furthest colour on the right. So now you've got that gradient going. So if we then click OK, and turn on our layer, we can see that's not looking how we want it because it's different angle. We want it going from left to right. So if we go 0, there we go. You got your dark to your light. So if then I hide that and unhide it, pretty much looks exactly similar, just the extra bit of detail on the outside. But that's cool. So we'll call this main text. And this is a sort of way you can sort of create your own textures but keep them sort of as realistic as possible without completely just copying the picture. So I thought it'd just be easier to show you that. Let's carry on then. Let's get the old magic wand tool and select everything else that we can. This one's a bit better. Even these. And what I'll do is I'll do all of the white or grey text. That as well, that's brilliant. So we got the old lock. The only thing is the star and then that bit, but we'll do that manually. We'll do a freestyle drawing, that would be. So then we can pick whip that colour and create the new layer, or go onto the new layer and fill that in. So if we hide the actual SD card layer, we can see what we're missing. So we just need a star. So what I'll do is I will just create a new text layer. I'll whack the star on for the old symbol, and I'll bring that up a couple of notches, a little bit less than that. 27. No, we'll go 25, round it off. That'll be fine. And just place that on there. Cool. And then we just need this last little shape, which we can draw again. So make a new layer, because they're all going to be merged anyways. Click with the pen tool. There, and oops, there, and then finish. And just click make selection and then fill. So let's have a look now. Take off the old SD card. I might actually move it up slightly. There we go, that'll do. And there we go. So you kind of are copying, but then it depends on what you're trying to go for. If you're trying to make a complete replica, but you actually want to create the stuff yourself, use, you know, like, instead of just plastering the picture on top, because you might want to make a few adjustments, so that way you can. I mean, you could technically find out the font for this and then actually create text, you know, and then rename it, you know, so create it your own name or something like that. So that's a possibility, but you know, for this tutorial we're just going to go on doing this. So then we can select these three, merge, or rasterize it because one of them's a text layer, which was the star. Then merge layers, and we'll just call it white text, just so I know that's the group. And then we're going to go for the big old 512 gig. So, oops, make sure the picture's on, so it selects the relevant shapes. There we go, and again, pick whip the colour, just so we get maximum or precise quality, or look, should I say? One of the two. We'll just call this 512, we don't need to group that or anything. Gigabyte, yeah. And then we can go about making this shape. Now this we can do manually, we don't have to start pick whipping, because it's nice and simple. Round off the edges just a bit, so we'll go to 13. I'm happy with that. Rasterize it, and luckily that's the same colour. So what we can actually do now is duplicate that one on top, hide them, go to the one on top, go to the layer style, colour overlay, pick whip that colour, and then what we can do is we can create a selection for halfway, and we'll do it over the red, because when we come to turn on our grey, hit delete, and there we go, we got both the red and the grey, so that's nice. And then we just need SanDisk, which, oh god, let's cheat again, shall we? Well, we won't cheat, it's not cheating, but it's just an easier way of getting precise textures, you know, by hand. So obviously in future tutorials I will show you how to create more complex tutorials, but this is the first tutorial, so I thought if I keep it basic and keep it simple for you guys, that, you know, that's probably going to be the best option. So layer 2, yeah, that's cool, so we can fill that in, and then we'll rename that SanDisk, and we can go just above this, create another selection, and we'll just, and that'll just be a dark grey. We'll do that manually, we don't need pick that precise colour. Doesn't really matter. There we go. So, whoops. We can grab those and merge that, and that's just that lower sticker. So, lower sticker. 512 main white. Yep, so that's cool. So now we can actually group all those. Select them all and hit this folder button here. And we'll call this labels. So if I turn off my thing now, this is what we've got. This is the texture that we have created, which looks nice. It looks sort of what we want. So if I now save this as a diffuse, SD card diffuse, 24-bit, and I plaster that onto the old model in Maya. So what we will do, we'll go new material and we'll do a blin or Lambert, it's up to you. And yeah, that's a good point. Regularly through Maya, it's always best to delete your history. So edit, delete, all by type, history. That'll make it run a bit quicker, and any effects that you might make. So if you want to add like a Boolean effect or something, you have to delete the history in order to solidify that, to confirm that's what you want. Otherwise you can still adjust it. But we'll get into that another time. So yeah, go on to our blin in the old attribute editor. Go to color, check the box, and we want to choose file because we want to import a file. Nice and simple. So go to the desktop and we want the diffuse layer which we just created. And once you've done that, you think, where has it gone? No worries, hit the old texture button up here. Yeah. And then what I will do is rotate that round. There we go. So that's now the top. Turn off the old wireframe. So there we go. So I'm not happy with that. I think the outside should be a lot darker. So let's do that. So the only thing about this is you're going to have to do the grain again. Unless you come to the brightness and contrast and you just brighten that down a bit. We'll have a go at that, see what it looks like. So now it's just the fact, just playing around, just getting the values to be what you want. There we go. I think that's a lot better. Obviously it looks too flat for me. I don't like that. So we're going to start doing some normal maps, and that is going to take us on to our next tutorial, or next part, or next stage of this video. So please like and comment, and please hit back for the normal map tutorial. Peace.